Welcome to my channel. My name is Elden and today I'll bring you a guide with 16 tips for beginners in Elden Ring. Since this game can be quite hard if you didn't play the previous Souls games, accidentally skipped the tutorial, or simply know absolutely nothing about it because you only play it because all of your friends are hyped about it, here's everything you need to know to make progress and know what you're actually doing. So let's start with tip number 1. Choose your starter class wisely. Strength and dex is important for most weapons and especially physical damage builds, while faith is for miracles and intelligence for sorceries. Arcane is a bit of a weird stat, but it also has weapons that scale off of it, and it basically raises your discovery, so the chance of enemies dropping items. So if you plan to use magic mainly, then you would be good advised to directly start with the mage, so you immediately have everything you need like a staff, etc, and especially intelligence to be able to use a few spells right away. The classes with the most armor are usually the easiest to start the game with. Hardest would be the Wretch class, although the Wretch's advantage is that he has evenly distributed stats at level 1, so all in all he's the most balanced even though he starts with nothing but a club in hand. Number 2. Get a feeling for the most important controls before you get into battle. Figure out how to jump, lock onto enemies, switch targets, block, normal and strong attack, and how to take your weapon two-handed. The latter will come in handy if you want to try a weapon you don't have the required strength to wield it one-handed. With two-handing you need only about 2/3 of the strength stat required for the weapon. In my opinion, by the way, using a gamepad is the most comfortable way to play Elden Ring and other Souls titles, just a little side note. And yeah, other actions would be crouching, jumping, plunge attacking, backstabs and rolling, follow-up attacks, parrying and two-handing the left-hand weapon to properly use the bow, etc. Also the new feature of holding the upper button on the right side of your controller. On the Xbox gamepads it's the Y button to select different digital pad options. Those you can set up in the right side of the screen in your inventory. Next, tip number 3. Explore, explore and explore more. This is an open world game, but should you encounter an enemy that's for sure stronger if not too strong for you, remember you can always come back later. But don't forget to mark the enemy location on your map. Number 4. Sites of Grace are the new bonfires in Elden Ring when compared to previous Souls titles, and simply are your checkpoints and resting places. So always watch out if you can spot one of these, especially when you are very far from your last one or find yourself right in front of a boss fog gate. Sites of Grace are very close to boss areas in this game and usually have a common distance to the next one on your map, so you can almost guess where the next one might be. The Rays of Light also show you the interesting locations you need to go to, by the way the Graces emit. Then the most important tip is somehow that you really need to check out the Church of Ely as a beginner very early to have access to summoning spirits and your very needed astral horse, or astral steed how it's called, to travel through the world. Many players actually run around for hours before they find this place. Also very important, pay attention to the available options while resting at Sites of Grace. Sometimes there are additional story dialogues or other options to choose, just a little tip. Number 6. Take care of your runes. Those are the credits or the currency you accumulate while traveling and defeating enemies, so use it whenever possible to level up your character or buy new supplies or even new sorceries, incantations or weapons. Just don't take them with you right into the next boss room, they are usually gone after doing so, since they disappear if you died 2 times in a row without retrieving them. Number 7. Upgrade your amount of healing and FP flasks and their efficiency with golden seeds and sacred tears you will find in the open world. You can do this at any Site of Grace. Number 8. You can upgrade your weapon whatever one you are using. This you can do at the blacksmiths you will encounter sooner or later, or at the first location Church of Ely again. But don't upgrade your weapon right away. First make sure you really want to play it for a while, cause farming shards and other upgrade materials can take some time and patience later on if you level every second weapon you find. Also you will later obtain bell bearings with which you can purchase them directly in the hub that's called the Round Table Hold. Number 9. Pay attention to the dialogue lines of NPCs, cause there is no quest log in this game. There's one hub though, that I just mentioned in the previous tip, where you will get access to at the first boss before entering Stormville Castle, that inhabits an NPC who tells you the leftover bosses you need to slay to progress. And yeah, also the areas you need to explore to do that. To enter this hub, try the first boss a few times and then sit at the side of grace. Without spoiling anything here, but something will happen there and you will gain access. Then, number 10. Utilize your special attacks or so-called weapon skills. Those you can apply or change with Ashes of War at any side of grace. These attacks usually have special movesets and give you a slight advantage over enemies. But be sure to have FP left, otherwise the animation will come out but won't have a big impact or is easily interruptible. Equals having no poise. Then, number 11. Use spirit summons in areas where it's possible to get advantages in fight, as well as crossbows, bows, throwing knives to pull enemies. Means isolating them from groups to take out one by one. By the way, you can summon your spirit summons as soon as the gravestone symbol appears, and this is when you know now you can summon and probably shit is about to go down. Then number 12. Use your horse. This is such a great new addition and it's fun as hell. Just don't get yourself thrown off by sprinting into spears or other heavy attacks, and also don't forget to bind it to the slots on the right side of the screen in your inventory to always have easy access. That's the menu I mentioned in the beginning with the Y button on the Xbox controller, or just the upper buttons on the right side. Then number 13, think twice if you really need a helping summon in a boss fight. Means an NPC or a real player who is actually offering their help, because the boss will have their health bar increased and therefore you will also deal less damage, or the fight could just take way longer. So from my own experience, try at least after a few fails to do it alone when you're already a bit skilled and learned its moveset a little bit. Then number 14, level smart for big damage. After you found your desired weapon, you need to pay attention to its stats and scalings. The letter S and A to E imply how well the weapon scales with a specific stat, like dexterity, strength, intelligence, faith, or arcane, while S is the best you can get. When using Ashes of War on your weapon, the scalings change also, so be aware of this to make a good build. Number 15. Don't be greedy in Vigor or Endurance. Some bosses or even normal mobs can one-shot you in this game, so having at least 30 to 40 Vigor and a bit of Endurance like 25 to 30 to dodge at any time will save you many times. Then number 16. As soon as you obtain something called Great Runes, make sure to use them on your character at the next side of grace to gain some bonuses. And yeah, that's it for my Elden Ring guide. I wish that I made the ending a bit smoother, but that's it. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. I'm also streaming Elden Ring on my Twitch channel. You can find under twitch.tv/Evoluon13. So please also follow me there. And yeah, please like, comment and subscribe. And of course also check out my other links in the description for more content, as well as how to join my Discord community to know when I go live next with my streams. Check out my other content. I made some highlight videos of my Elden Ring playthrough. They are quite funny. Have a watch, have a laugh. And yeah, I'm Evoluon. See you in the next video. Bye bye.